teach us something. Just because a season is over doesn't mean it's time to move yet. Jesus waited for the right moment, not the soonest moment. God honors obedience, not immediacy. That's something that I had to learn in this season, was basically like, God will show you the promises he has for you, but that doesn't mean you go prematurely obtain it. Just like how God told Abram when he said, I'm going to give you a son and all this other stuff. God gave Abram his promise before he obtained it. And it was like years before Abram obtained the promise that God had set for him. The enemy knew what Jesus' flesh desperately wanted, but Jesus didn't act out of desperation. He acted out of discernment. And I feel like that's where most of us slip up at, and we get like irritated with God. Like, God, didn't you say that you were going to give me this, this, and that? But you have to check yourself. God, he will, leading up to your promise, he is also shaping and molding you into who he needs you to be in order to steward that promise properly. So you need to act out of discernment and not out of your flesh or out of impatience. Because with Abram, he was so impatient about just trying to get what God promised that he ended up prematurely obtaining that promise by having relations with the slave, and he ended up trying to obtain something that God didn't tell him to go get yet. We need to get more comfortable. We need to trust God more with what he said, because he gave us a word for a reason. So everything that comes out of God's mouth doesn't return to him void. Sometimes we just act out of impatience when it comes to a promise that God has said, and we don't know how to just sit still and let him work. We always try to help God as far as when it comes to like promises or obtaining something that we really want. I'm talking about myself, okay? Anyways.